Washington Pod presents EARL Nightingale.
What is an idea? We say, I have an idea. What is that? It's surely more than a neurochemical response, although it's that too. An idea is the bringing together of known increments to provide a result. Let's go to the beach, someone says. Without a moment's hesitation, we take the known beach factor, add it to existing transportation facilities, the proper clothing, possibly a picnic lunch, and suggest the resulting idea to those we're with at the time. It all happens instantaneously, although all sorts of interconnections are going on in our brains. The greater our general information, the more combinations we can put together, and the greater the reach of our possibility thinking, as Dr. Robert Schuller calls it. That's why young people should think twice before complaining about school courses they'll never use as adults. All information of a positive kind has value when we're formulating ideas. When we set an important goal for ourselves, we present to our mind a problem to be solved, a challenge to be successfully fulfilled. Instantly, far down in the labyrinthine interstices of its vast potential, the mind goes to work to find the information we need to turn that idea into reality. The idea of getting an automobile becomes a true automobile we can drive and wash on a warm Sunday afternoon. Perhaps our path from inception of the idea to the time we get into the automobile, turn on the key, and drive away is rather tortuous, even circular, leading first here and then there. More often than not, we get in our own way by doubting the suggestions that filter into our consciousness, only to discover later that they would have been marvelous shortcuts and simplifications of the process if we had only heeded them. But eventually, the idea, the invisible idea, becomes sheet steel and glass and upholstery and rubber, and from time to time, a pain in the neck as well. The idea has become real in our life, even if it takes 3 years to pay for it. Everything we obtain during our lifetimes comes to us as a result of that system. Often it consists of nothing more than a trip to the grocery store, or a telephone call, or a command to a teenager, followed by the rationalization of the command, and or the additional idea of offering some sort of reward for following through on the idea. Idea followed by fulfillment. And as our ideas progress upward in degree, cost, and complication, it's still the same process that will result in fulfillment, or be frightened off by timidity, rationalization, or, on occasion, just plain good common sense. Sometimes, as we toy or tinker with a delicious idea, our thinking process is flooded by other ideas indicating that that particular delicious idea will have to be postponed for a year or two, or maybe 5 years, even more. Our thinking process tells us, yes, it tells us, that we've made the kind of quantum leap that's out of place if we're to stick to our present hierarchy of plans and ideas. That's why a written list is a good idea. Not that we can't modify that list from time to time. In fact, as we learn how readily such a system brings us fulfillment of our goals, it's not at all unusual to upgrade our list to include levels we may not at first have thought were in the ballpark for us. Millions of people use this process without giving it a second thought, without understanding the process at all. A system, once understood and tested, can be applied to whatever we can seriously consider as goal material. All we need to do is leave it to the system. We don't have to fully understand the system in order to use it. The more we try to rationalize and understand every aspect of the working process, the more we tend to get in our own way and limit our potential. It works. Leave it at that.